Incoming transmission from an unknown source. It seems to be urgent. Patching them through. They're calling themselves the HoloNet Marauders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. I'm here with Jamie. I'm here with Matt. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Not bad.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah. How's
Cool.
how's your weekend been?
Weekend's been good.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time on Minecraft. We'll talk about that later, though.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. We'll talk about
Setting
that
things
later.
up. Ooh, ha ha ha.
But yeah, Visions was cool. We'll be talking about
Yeah.
Visions today, and we're getting into our Minecraft business. You'll see, and then we'll see what other fun stuff we get into. Probably won't be talking about a lot of toilets this week, but who knows?
We'll get the toilet talk in there somewhere.
Yeah.
We always do.
Jamie, how's it going?
I have nothing else to add.
Honestly, as soon as we started that, I was like, "This is way too funny. I can't. Even, I'm not even going to be able to do this."
For our audio only friends, what we just did is
Can you hear me?
AJ and Matt. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
What are these kind of fish that you have?
They're the OPC killers.
Okay, so AJ and Matt both have an OPC killer that you like click and it. Ooh, what was that? What was that? Everybody all right?
AJ's
I think
losing it
AJ
now.
just disconnected, but whatever.
AJ's having technological differences.
Well, AJ figures that out.
You okay, buddy?
We have our OPC killers, which have become a new thing to start off the show, and I don't have a pet fish. I do have the Bobby, but I don't know. He's downstairs, and so Lula jumped in instead, and she doesn't really have much to say.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes,
can
we
hear
can
you
hear
now,
you. We heard you
yes.
before.
Hello?
We heard you
Yeah.
before. We hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
What a great way to start.
We have a very urgent message
Yeah.
about your mother.
I believe he's tooling with you, sir.
Oh yeah, we have a small handful of things to chat about this week. Visions came out this week, and so we'll do a little bit of our favorite bits of that. We did do a full recap on our live stream already, and we're gonna talk a little bit about a Minecraft server that you guys are head over heels like obsessed with right now. And then AJ has an extra little bit of something to talk about later. I'm not sure what that is yet. It's a surprise. So I guess we're gonna jump right into Visions first, guys. Or did you want to talk about your Minecraft bit first? Or
We'll get to Minecraft.
Yeah,
it'll be number 2. So
okay. And it's related to Star Wars. It is related to Star Wars. We're not just talking about Minecraft to talk about it.
If you guys have seen our social media, you know what we're talking about. But yeah, to start off with Visions, check out our live stream. You can check out the VOD, as the kids are calling it these days.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, so you can check that out. So I really did like all of the shorts and Visions. Like, they all really blew me away. But I guess the one that stuck with me the most was the Elder, or the Old Man, as I like to call it, the creepy old man episode.
That's the first time you've referred to it as the creepy old man.
Yeah,
this isn't true. I said it on either Convor call or our thing. But I can't remember. But anyways, the old man. The creepy old man episode.
Creepy old man.
We got huge Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan vibes in this one, as everyone is saying. And I still haven't watched the behind the scenes. I know Jamie's watched most of those now, and they even talk about that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But the whole sensing a dark side thing, and it was a bit of a mystery. I mean, the episode is called The Elder. And we saw the trailer, and we saw this creepy old guy. So we knew he was probably going to be the bad guy here. And
yeah, they don't really.
The fact he's chilling in the mountains, like, what was he doing there exactly? He was hunting something,
hunting
right?
Those things. I forget what they're called.
What was the point of that?
He was like waiting for the Jedi to like arrive. That's like what it was more so. Is he was just like
coaxing them there,
waiting in the shadows, just waiting for someone to show up and be a worthy opponent. And I think that was just like so cool that he's just like taunting the Padawan Dan.
Padawan Dan.
Padawan Dan.
Dan, yeah.
And then when his master shows up, he's just like, a worthy opponent. It's just like this is a cool Sith Lord.
David Harbour.
I guess.
This is a cool Sith Lord. Yeah.
David Harbour wasn't the Sith Lord. David Harbour was the Jedi Master. Taijin, I believe.
Taijin, yeah. Sounds right.
Why did they name him Dan? Why did they name the Padawan Dan?
I
It's
don't
just
know.
so funny.
I don't know.
I don't
Such a
know, dude.
basic
Ethan,
name.
Dan. We'll get to Ethan later,
and
but
We'll get to
Dan,
Ethan.
Dan for now. I mean, just these names. But then
I
again,
love,
it's like Luke. You know, Luke's a very standard
Luke,
name.
Ezra.
Ezra, yeah,
They get to
Ezra's a standard name.
They get to the
Yeah.
village and they're like, okay, there's a bad dude around here somewhere. There's something bad. Like, let's split up. And I'm yelling at the TV. I'm like, no, never
Don't
split
split
up
up.
in anything.
Dude, the Padawan's like, oh, I'll take him on alone in the mountains. You stay with the ship because
Yeah,
you're
it's like,
good with
what?
ships. What the hell does that mean?
And then they see his ship, and it's like it reminded me a bit of like Kylo Ren's shuttle, or that shuttle that's on Batu that
It looked
I've
like
never seen.
Yeah.
But
TIE Epsilon. It looked like a
that's
combination between Kylo's ship and Darth Maul's ship from Episode 1.
Yeah.
What is that called? I forget what
The
that's called.
the
Interceptor
Infiltrator?
class?
Sith Infiltrator.
Class? That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. They talk about that a little bit in the behind the scenes. I'm not sure the specific creator, but the studio outsourced someone to design the ship for them, like within like their thing. And they're really excited to like have that. And they're really proud of the fact that the wings like went up when it like folds down. They're, oh, it makes it really unique, but it makes it just like Kylo Ren's shuttle or like the Bad Batch's shuttle. And so it's very like
It even
in universe. It was cool.
It kind of reminded me of the Sith. I think they're called. No, what were they called? The Sith TIE fighters that are in Tross.
TIE
Oh,
daggers?
yeah, with like the triangle wings.
Are they
Yeah.
the TIE daggers? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
think
say the
so,
Sith
yeah.
dagger, but then I was like, wait, the Sith dagger
Wait a second.
is the
Wait
dagger.
a minute.
Is the
Yeah.
dagger.
TIE
Yeah, I think
daggers,
TIE
Sith
dagger.
daggers, a lot of daggers.
You don't really
Yeah.
get close-ups of those ships, but we have the Lego. It's near Jamie.
I'm looking at it
And
right now.
It was maybe it was inspired by that a bit because it had the red trim
Hmm.
with the the black.
Yeah, this
black
guy, this
body.
cool Sith Lord flies in style.
Long
For
story short is Jedi Master Taijin just looks at it and he goes, "Oh, that is a bad ship. That is a really bad ship." And like you know immediately it's a bad dude.
Oh yeah, bad dude, big,
Bad dude.
scary old man.
Scary old man. He
Creepy.
was
Then they-
terrifying. Like
He
really
was.
scary.
His eyes
looking
kept like
dude.
sinking in more and more, and
Dude,
Like, ugh.
big black
then they killed him.
voids.
And then they killed him.
And then he blew
disintegrated.
up his ship. Yeah, why did
And
he
he
disintegrate?
blew up his ship. Yeah,
He got leveled.
He just got too old. Yeah, oh
Too-
no.
too
Too
old.
old.
Too old.
Too old.
Just turned into dust. Too old. Yeah, too old.
One thing I really liked with this
yeah.
episode, they don't talk about, and maybe they do this in a few of them, but they don't talk about like the Empire. They don't talk about any like factions. It's just Jedi and Sith straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are like, oh, when did these take place? If if you're thinking your Star Wars mind, a lot of people say High Republic or something, or closer to the prequels. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'd say this-
to me it always looked High Republic. Their robes look
Yeah.
very High Republic.
they do.
Yeah, I'd say High Republic or even Old Republic, if anything. Because like it is just like the Elder is pretty much just he says at one point, "Oh, the Sith are always like there's fighting like within the Sith, and so I'm just doing my own thing." And so this guy, like the Elder, is a Sith, but he's like not. So
yeah, he left
there's like
the Sith Order, I guess.
this wishy-washiness with him. So we know that like the Sith Order is out there in this like time period, but like we don't
Yeah,
know.
the Sith Order is
Yeah.
always out there.
True.
Even during the High Republic, they're out there
True.
somewhere.
Oh, I can't wait to
Yeah.
see him.
Very.
If they ever
interesting.
pop up.
I hope
Maybe
they're
they'll
gonna
appear
have
as an
to.
old man
I don't
with
I-
the
I don't
crazy
think they-
ship.
I don't think they
Old-
have to appear in the High Republic at any point. I think it would be kind of cool for them
Maybe.
the Acolyte. We're gonna get the Acolyte. What am I saying?
True. So they're going to at some
Well, I
point.
take that back.
But anyway, we're not talking about the
You
High
know,
Republic.
the more I think about it, if there was to be an appearance of the Sith in the High Republic, not to keep this going, but it's interesting. If it was this sort of instance where, that we found a guy, he disintegrated, and his ship blew up with no lead on any more Sith. So that would be kind of cool.
That's
but-
a really good way
Yeah.
to cover your tracks. This guy
Yeah.
was thinking about it. So
Yeah, he was smart. He knew to disintegrate himself as soon as he died. He knew to blow up his ship. Yeah,
He
that
had
was
like a
smart.
leveler for like a cyanide tooth thing.
That's
and-
right.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Had that
Yeah.
contingency plan.
Just had that little like glowing purple thing like in his tooth, ready to go.
I love the beginning of this episode as well of just the two Jedi talking to each other as well. I love like that the dynamic between the two of them because it is so rare within Star Wars media, which is like funny to say this that we have like a healthy Jedi Master and Jedi Padawan relationship. It's always like something like absolutely chaotic going
Well,
on, or
all
they're
of
in like
the
unforeseen circumstances, and so like
Master,
seeing
yeah. All the master and apprentice relationships we have end horribly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
because
And
they're
so
all
like
before Order 66.
Yeah.
this one like almost ended horribly. I don't know how Jedi Dan didn't
Dude,
die,
He,
but
oh my god, he took that like a champ.
he
Yeah,
did.
sliced
Right
in the stomach.
across the stomach, but he's fine. He's
It's
fine.
fine.
He's
It's all
fine.
good.
And then probably my favorite part of the episode is later after he's dead and they're just standing there
Elder.
looking at the rubble after the elder's dead. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're talking about power and whatnot and how the Sith crave power essentially. And even like you could be so powerful, but eventually you're going to die. Old age will always get you. And that's kind of
Yeah.
a cool lesson that maybe, you know,
That was
we
the
know
that
about.
was the takeaway from this episode is no matter
Yeah.
how hard you do anything, you're gonna die.
Yep.
And somebody's gonna be better than you eventually because you're gonna get old. It's not a very sad lesson, but it's a lesson nonetheless.
It's realistic. Yeah.
As we approach our late 20s, we think
I
about that
think
a lot.
it was more of a diss of the Sith because like they crave
Matt-
power, but that's
Matt
gonna
just
run
came
out,
into
so.
awareness over there. Just oh my gosh.
Late 20s. You guys are still 26.
You're right. I'm not late 20s.
I'm over here like 100 years old now. So.
Anyway.
But really, I mean, you're right. I mean, that's the Sith. It's like their one goal is to outrun time or outrun the body's,
Transcend
weakness,
time. Just
natural
like
aging
continue.
process. They don't want that. And we see Palpatine try to do that, and it fails horribly, backfires in his face. And this was a good like precursor lesson to that. Also a lesson because of the Dan. He's like craving like a fight. He wants like some kind of like action or like violence. So he's always like taking actions to like, oh, I'll go in the mountains and look for him. Oh, you think it'll be a Sith? We could go fight. Maybe that could be interesting. So he's like always like he's doing what Yoda basically tells Luke. A Jedi doesn't seek action and adventure. So and he pays for it. Obviously, he gets slashed. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. Maybe that'll be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That'll be his thing. That'll be his arm getting cut off if they continue this.
This is the lesson. Yeah, I love that.
Now
And yeah, it. Okay, so this could be one that they could continue if they wanted to. I'm pretty sure that each episode that we are selecting here could definitely be continued into like another future episode.
Yeah, let's talk about my favorite, which is the Ninth Jedi.
Ooh,
yeah,
yes.
Really lean towards these Star Wars stories, the blank Jedi, whether it's the Last Jedi, the Ninth Jedi, Return of the Jedi. I like those stories, but this one is big. This one rocked my socks, as I say all the time.
The Light of the Jedi.
Okay,
Light of the Jedi. It's all wow.
All the Jedi.
I'm sensing a pattern here. Jeez.
The Jedi.
I like the Jedi, guys. I don't think that's a secret. They're my favorite thing about Star Wars. And it seems like it's all of these studios that got a chance to work with Star Wars all picked Jedi versus Sith stories. All of them. So
it's the most interesting thing.
Yeah.
At least they all feature Jedi and some sort of swordplay. So, seems like that's their favorite aspect of Star Wars too.
Well, yeah, it goes back to every single one of these creators talks about how they know that Star Wars, at least the Jedi, were inspired by the Kurosawa samurai films. And then they knew that they wanted to essentially give that back. So they're like, hey, you were inspired by us, George. And now we're going to take what you've made and inspire you back. And
take that, George.
That's what it was. Yeah, here you go, George. Here's our samurai Star Wars story.
So I get the upper hand.
It's so good though, because like in watching all the behind the scenes, which I definitely recommend everyone should watch, they're in the same spot. They're not listed on a different listing. You just go to the extras on Disney Plus under Visions, and they're all there. There's an episode for each of these episodes. They are so well made, and all of the creators who made an episode for Visions, you can tell they poured their entire hearts and souls into it. And every single one of them as well pretty much start off with saying, so I've loved Star Wars ever since I was a kid, or Star Wars was the first sci-fi movie I ever watched in my life. And it was a big inspiration for them to do what they ended up doing through their own animations. And it's just like so cool to see like this like full turnaround in which all of these creators are just like, it's Star Wars. Like I had to do this project. And like, it's so cool to see it from another perspective and not just see the same content that we're always getting. Not that like we are getting the same content regurgitated, but like, yeah, it was a breath of fresh air, really. That's what all this was.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But anyway, the Ninth Jedi.
Yes.
This one I think had the most story out of all of them. Most of them, I would say this one and the Village Bride, and the last one, Akakiri.
Yeah.
Those three I think had the most story out of all of these in terms of like this like overarching past and future that's like hinted at but not, not shown, obviously. Like potential. This one was definitely setting up for like a future, and he literally, the creator of this short, said in his behind the scenes thing that it was up to the fans if they wanted to continue it, and I really hope we do, because I want to see more of this group, the Margrave and Kara and Ethan. And the big penguin guy, I don't know his name. I call him a penguin guy. I don't know why, but he looks like a penguin to me.
I think he has a beak though.
So does he have a beak?
Penguins have beaks. I'm thinking of porgs. It's a long backstory in my own head. But he looks more like a hawk than the penguin.
He did look like a hawk. Yeah.
Falco Lombardi.
There you go.
He did look like Falco. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of bird people in Star Wars recently. We had a bird person in Rising Storm too, and I think there was another bird person somewhere around here that I'm forgetting.
A lot of birds.
There's that crazy bird in Akakiri.
Yeah.
Those the ones they were running around, bird horses.
I love those. Those
like
remind me of Avatar: The Last Airbender. There are horse ostrich things in that as well, and they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Ninth Jedi. Oh my goodness.
You get distracted.
No, I love this concept. I know that they stated that it takes place, quote unquote, after the rise of Skywalker. After Episode 9, after all the movies are done, we get this story. But really, it can take place anywhere on the timeline, because there are multiple times when the Jedi are, extinct, quote unquote, missing from the galaxy. It could be in the future. There's probably going to be another cycle where the Jedi are at their low point and the Sith are trying to come back again. I mean, that's just how Star Wars works. That's why the good guys, are so important. Not because they're going to save the day forever, but because they're always going to be around to save the day whenever it's needed. It's not a one and done situation. It's a constant stream. That's what heroism is. But yeah, I guess we should start with my favorite thing about this was the planet itself. I think it was such a good setting for Star Wars. I think like the trebuchet catapults, grabbing kyber crystals out of the ring of the planet. I think
that was so cool.
The speeder on an ice lake. Does that make it so? Repulsor pads or repulsor lifts, they don't work at all with the ground, right? It's just 100% frictionless.
Yeah,
they don't react
so.
with the ground at all or anything.
It's not like it's like a hoverboard in Back to the Future or anything.
Yeah, it would have been cool if it was like extra slippery when it was over ice.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't think that comes into account.
No, I don't think it did either. But I was thinking back. I was like, did that happen? That implied? Sorry, I'm going way off track. I've got a lot of thoughts about this episode.
I can tell. It's okay. Continue. The Ninth Jedi.
The Ninth Jedi. We get to the T-Bot.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this whole thing.
T-Bot's the best.
I count him as part of the setting because he, just like everything else on this planet, it looks like a rusted like hunk of junk. Yeah. This dude's a rusted hunk of junk.
There's a line of them too. I love how
there's a line of destroyed,
like a dozen of them,
rusted robots.
The last T-Bot.
The last dude. That's got to be the next one, right?
It is.
The Ninth Jedi and then the last T-Bot. Because do you think he's going to join their crew?
Well, he's with them still.
Yeah, he never left. So theoretically, the sequel could have him as their droid. Well, we already have
their pilot.
4/8. I think.
Well, here I gotta switch into this really quick just to let you know. Here he is.
Hey.
Ooh, nice moves. That's all he does.
Nice
he's gonna ship them around the galaxy.
Nice.
And he's gonna comment on their moves.
That's it. I mean, like that's all you need.
He's gonna watch them. He's gonna be like, nice moves.
I can't believe that was like an actual line like in this. It's just
are you kidding?
So good.
It's awesome.
So
and he sips tea the whole time. He's like thirsty for tea, so they have to like keep making like tea stops as they're searching for Jedi. They have to like find.
AJ, what are you doing? AJ, what are you doing? You're not allowed to drive in this broadcast right now. Hands off the mouse. No driving.
Oh my god.
This
This
she's a
Caesar.
this has been plagued all night. We've been plagued by technical difficulties. This has been a blast, though.
That one wasn't just like a technical difficulty. That was AJ messing around with the backgrounds. That was not technical difficulty. I'll have you know.
Fine, you can call him out. I was trying to cover for you, AJ. But I guess we can get into the actual story. So the Jedi are once again extinct for an undisclosed amount of time. I personally think it hasn't been that long. Other people say it's been far longer. Based on a line that Ethan says when he picks up a lightsaber, he says, "Wow, these haven't been seen since before even I was born." And I kind of take that as like a couple of generations, but other people think it's like 1,000 years.
That
Either
could be
way,
a couple generations. You get the right species.
yeah, a couple of Yoda's generations. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
But yeah, so the Jedi are extinct again. There's a sabersmith who's on this planet, and he's forging these 7 blades for these 7 Jedi that the Margrave of the planet has called out to. And there's some kind of like temple. I don't think. Do we ever get a name for the temple or anything like that? It's just
I don't think so.
Remember.
It's a giant hunk of Kyber.
Yeah.
And the temple is like built upon it. And they call these 7 Jedi, these 7, what's the word? Potential Jedi, because nobody has a lightsaber. That's the whole thing. It's like, we're calling you to get your lightsaber and join me in rebuilding the Jedi Order. And Ethan shows up to call.
Ethan shows up, but he's wearing a poncho. I gotta say, I love how Visions continue these Star Wars ponchos in space.
Ponchos.
There's a few ponchos. Like Ethan has a poncho. TOB1 has a poncho later on.
Yeah. Cal Kestis would be proud.
Has a poncho.
Seriously,
Everyone would be okay. Just Cal
Matt,
Kestis. Excuse me. There's so many good ponchos in Star Wars. Like Rey wears a poncho.
Matt, did you
Wrecker wears a poncho. Come on.
Did you get Clue vibes in this?
Clue vibes.
Yeah, a bunch of people invited to a place. They don't know what the heck's going on or who's hosting them.
Yeah, and
you don't know who's bad.
Yeah,
Clue vibes, and then there were none vibes. Good.
Yeah,
Clue vibes. I like it. I really do. Anyway, Kara is
the
daughter of the sabersmith. She's great. The thing about these lightsabers that's special is that he's like tweaked the kyber crystals to reflect the user's force sensitivity. So either like blue or green, if they're really strong in the force, it's clear. When Kara first picks it up, it's clear because she apparently either doesn't have force sensitivity or she's not attuned to it. And I think that's probably closer to it. She's just not attuned to the force as strongly as one would need to get a color. So she has to ferry the lightsabers up to this temple while the Sith acolytes send these people out to like get her, basically. And of course, the big twist that absolutely blew my mind was when she arrives and she gives the lightsabers to everybody, and everybody ignites them except for Ethan. Everybody else ignites them, and they're red because they're all Sith acolytes and they're all ready to take down the Margrave and Ethan and Kara and stop the Jedi from returning. And of course, the Margrave turns out to be this giant robot that was there the whole time in the room with them, taunting them and talking to them. And he pops out and he just goes ballistic. And it's great. Like I basically just like summarized the whole plot, but like that's why this was so special to me, was that it was a complete story with a possible continuation, but it was just so like rich. Like there was so much to it. All these other ones were shorts and I loved them, but this seemed like a snippet, like a complete snippet of the beginning of a longer, larger story.
Yeah.
And I want to see these characters continue. I want to see the themes and ideas expounded in this to continue. Kara has a clear lightsaber at the beginning. She gains a green color by the end of it when the lightsaber turns while she's fighting. Fighting the Sith acolytes.
I love how like the entire time each time she uses it, it does like grow brighter as well. So it's the clear, and then it grows to be like blackish green, and then like once she finally does like find enough of a strength, it is like that true green. And I just love the thought that they put into of how did the kyber crystals work within like this like section of the universe, or within like this like blacksmith's lightsabers, because I feel like that can be like the biggest argument of they work this way because this guy made all these lightsabers and this
Yeah.
is how they would be like attuned to them. And it's just so interesting that it's like, oh, you grab the lightsaber and it turns that color immediately, because like it's like, all right, there's a couple different like things we can like think about here, and usually it takes like a stronger connection to like make it that color, because like you think of Anakin changed Ahsoka's lightsabers to blue,
Yeah.
but that's because he like tinkered away at them and like reconnected with them, and it took a little while. It didn't happen the moment he grabbed onto them.
Yeah.
Um,
According
like,
to them, he like
yeah,
altered the angle of the crystal or whatever. Like they've been
yeah,
playing more fast and loose with the kyber crystal dynamics,
which is
in
fine.
the
I
lore
like that
lately.
it's
Yeah.
like I like
No, I'm
that it's
fine with that.
ambiguous like that, because I like how when there's more mystery surrounding the kyber crystals, because like there's a lot of power behind them, and I like that they keep it more mysterious like this, in which it'll be different for like every kind of person, or like each crystal or batch of crystals has like it's a different story, and I really like that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like in Fallen Order as well, you can like change your
Hmm.
kyber crystal color to whatever you want. It just
Yeah,
again, it's like
so I guess that's
twisted it, hold it up to the light. I
Ninth
don't know.
Jedi rules.
Yeah, really. I mean, and Ninth Jedi plays with an old concept that was thought of back in the day when lore wasn't as concrete as it is today, when
Yeah.
they were thinking about like, oh, how are these colors determined? Because they picked blue for Obi-Wan, blue for Luke originally, and then they were going to pick blue again, but they realized it blended in with the sky, so they were like, make it green.
Yeah.
And it's like those kind of decisions. It's like the lightsaber color has never really mattered. Even like when Mace, like with Samuel L. Jackson, had to pick Mace Windu's lightsaber. He's like, I want purple, and they're like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
And it's like, we put like all this emphasis. Like there's charts and stuff that you find online. It's like green crystal means this, blue crystal.
Yeah,
means
I don't
that. It's
believe
like,
any of that.
No,
I was just
that's changed definitely. The colors right now, they seem arbitrary, both in universe and out. It's whatever looks cool.
Yeah,
I guess
I agree.
I'm fine with. Again,
speaking of cool looking lightsabers and Jedi, I don't want to change the subject to talk about
let's
my
go.
favorite one
Let's
yet,
do it.
but one last bit about Ninth Jedi. I love the entire skyhook mining system, like
Oh,
just
yeah.
the launch from like the planet surface to the atmosphere,
rocket
finding
propelled like grapples.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Very cool. Also, Kara had an adorable little droid who was with her the entire time, which needs
Little
to be
floaty
mentioned.
droid. They all have little floaty droids. It seems like each main
Yeah,
character in these
pretty
has
much.
some kind of like companion droid to them.
And then there's
Yeah.
T-Bot.
And
then there's
T-Bot.
T-Bot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Best droid. He was best droid
Oh,
though.
100% best droid we've seen.
Okay. So my favorite was the Village Bride. Just gonna throw that out there. Roll that one out there. A really, really big reason why was this one was just so gorgeous and so easy to digest as like someone who really isn't familiar with any like anime. And like this one was just another one that, in my opinion, had a great beginning, middle, and an end to like the story. But this one also just held like such like a deeper meaning, and you could tell that they intended to make this one be more of a message of this is what we interpret the Force as, and this is what this is how we want to tell that story. And I just love that these creators put such an emphasis on the natural side of the Force and making everything that was happening on this planet so important for the people of they wanted to like make it was very clear they wanted to make it like we have to like give back to like the planet and like take only what we need. And like I just love everything that they did about that. And this one was just so striking, and it was just so beautiful, and the music was so good. And then there was a Jedi with the yellow lightsaber with the exact same noise as Rey's, that ignition. Like, oh my gosh,
like
I
a thin,
loved
like,
it.
samurai blade. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so good, and she does the classic charge up and then the cut, but you don't see it. It just happens so quickly. We have like this explorer old man who has a trash can
Welder man.
helmet.
Buckethead
And then
man.
bucket thing like explodes off, and then we have battle droids.
Battle
it was
droids voiced by Matthew Wood.
Yes, it was absolutely everything that I wanted, and I wasn't expecting it at all, and I loved it. It was just so good.
Yeah,
I think the whole bride and groom thing, like I was like, whatever. I don't know what's going on here, but I mean, that was my least favorite part of that episode. Everything else with the Jedi and Welder dude was
Fucking
amazing.
head.
I loved that,
Yeah.
and I think this episode did the Force the best, represented the Force
Yeah.
the best way out of all of them. And I thought that was
yeah.
really powerful. Yeah.
'Cause it showed it in like multiple ways of showing how the harmony for like marriage is like a version of like the Force, I would say, because like they make the trek up the mountain to like essentially like get Magina's blessing, which is
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
horsepower within like this planet. And like the creators are saying how the bride and groom essentially had some sort of force sensitivity. They weren't necessarily Jedi, but they were more attuned to it, and they had the appreciation for, yes, there is this power that lives within the planet, and we understand that. And so it shows like that section of like the Force, and then we actually have like a Jedi, and then we have like bad guys showing up and showing like a darker side of the Force, and it was just so good overall.
Yeah.
And then you have everyone at like their wedding screaming at them like,
I know.
"We're having
Yeah.
this
Food,
while
and
there's
then they're
that
like,
crap going on out
What are
there."
you
Like,
doing? What are you?
Right? Yeah,
Why are you
because
gonna
like
give yourself up?
yeah.
right, because then there's like this plot of like, oh well, the daughter promised to go in the place of the father, which is like a classic like Beauty and the Beast like type thing, and like I would say just so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
food
the
looked
father's
good.
like totally fine with it. He's like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
daughter,
because
go
he's like,
on.
yeah, this is gonna happen. So
Go ahead. I'll be here.
the other sister's like, no, oh, and then she dies.
She does. Yeah, she.
No,
Yeah.
she didn't.
No, she doesn't.
She blocked the
Nope.
bolt. Remember, she froze it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, I was like,
Well, Kylo Ren there.
my
But,
heart.
I'm sure that's not a bad guy power. I'm sure that's just a regular Force power.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
grabbing something crazy with the Force.
I
Yeah.
We saw
love
that
how
in another thing. So
Cal does it,
Mhm.
or Cal does it, I think.
Yeah,
and,
you're right.
and Ray does it technically.
yeah
Does she?
deflects it elsewhere.
She
Oh, yeah,
deflects
she kind
it.
of like
Yeah,
she
she
does,
like
yeah.
repositions it. But yeah, I love how our Jedi in this as well. She essentially is like only on this planet because she's kind of like lost her way, or she's like hiding from something else. It's kind of like unclear with that. And I I love how it is her growth as well of figuring out like what this planet like has to like offer in terms of like the Force, and figuring out how to like reconnect with it. And it really does boil down to she's physically wearing a mask, and then she like takes it off at the end to like allow herself to like fully like reconnect with the Force and help others because of it.
There was a funny connection that I remember we pointed out watching that, Jamie.
Mhm.
She was wearing the mask, I guess, to cover the scar that she has or something. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But
I think so, but I
in
think it was a bit of both.
in Rise of Skywalker, we see Rey wear that leather band over where she got the scar, and I'm like, what's up
Yeah.
with Jedi covering their scars and whatnot? So
Hey,
Interesting.
Anakin and Kylo wear theirs proudly.
You know,
And they're
I
bad.
never
Luke
understood.
and Anakin put gloves on their hands. So it's
Yeah,
just-
bad
the
guys like to
mechanical
show off their
hands.
scars.
yeah.
I never understood why they gave Rey a cuff to cover her arm scar. I really never understood it. It's a pain in the butt to wear when you're cosplaying. I just gotta say, I hate wrestling it up my arm. It's the worst. I just never understood it. I never understood why she had to cover it up, because I feel like in general scars, this doesn't just go for Star Wars, but scars show where you've been. And if you are brave enough to still like bear them, then or like show that you have one, you are very brave. And
Like Toe Mater.
I feel like yeah, all okay, look.
That's where I learned that lesson.
I was trying to go like profound, and then you just brought it back to cars. And so like I guess, yes, every ding and dent is special. It is. And I think that for Rey, they definitely could have shown more character development by having her not cover up the scar. I think that
I think-
would have spoken volumes more. And
I
then
think that
when
would have
she
worked like by the end of the movie. Because I think
Yeah.
at the beginning, like,
Kinda like
her
this.
covering up the scar
Same thing, yeah. with the
is
mask.
exactly the same thing, where it's like she's
Yeah.
not unwilling, but like lacking confidence in herself as a hero.
yeah,
Because that's like the whole thing, right? Like at the beginning of the Rise of Skywalker, she's taken up the mantle of hero, but she's unsure of whether or not she can do it.
Yeah.
And I think her covering up her scar, something that she received in a battle, is her way of like, saying like, I'm not ready. Look, I got cut in battle.
And that's where
Um,
I think that parallels really well with this story with the village bride.
Definitely.
She drops
Yeah.
the mask, takes the courage, and takes on the guy and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I
like
love
the
that you
same
guys
thing, yeah.
fixed that for me because I was really struggling. That was just me getting at the end of the day. I don't like the arm wrap that she wears, and then
Well, I thought I brought it up pretty clearly from the
Yeah, you did.
beginning that there
You
were
did.
similarities, and then I don't know.
you did, and then I remembered that she has the arm wrap in Charles, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that piece of the costume, and that
you're
was just
like-
me on a personal level. I don't like that
time
piece
to
of the
go on a
costume.
costume rant, a little Jamie
I'm sorry.
costume rant, copyright trademark.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
Minecraft.
But no, we to cap it off.
Yeah.
The Village
Before
Bride is really, really good.
It
The
is.
music
yeah.
is phenomenal.
Definitely one of my
Yes.
favorites.
Something I failed to mention about the Ninth Jedi as well. The music is phenomenal in that too.
That goes for all of them, though, right?
We're still very close to Visions, but for crying out loud, release the original.
Yes.
soundtrack. My God, release
At
the
least
original
like
soundtrack. What are you
selections from
doing?
each of them.
Just give me that stuff. That's so good, dude. Inject it into my veins. It's like unbelievable. Seriously,
gosh.
the music is unbelievable.
The one
Yeah.
with the best music, though, before we move on completely, Tatooine Rhapsody.
Yep.
Because we were collectively all very excited for Tatooine Rhapsody. Because like a rock band in Star Wars, like that is like
Perfect.
our brand here. First of all, is we find those like silly little
Mhm.
side stories and then plug them
It's
in.
literally, yeah. AJ
Like-
said it. It's like this would be a story that we came up with.
Yeah,
If we came up with like 5 stories, that would be one of them. Something
they
like
would
that.
all
So,
revolve around music. I'm not even kidding. Almost all of them would.
I don't know about that.
Somehow.
But
From me, every pitch you would
Okay.
get would be about music.
Okay.
And then you guys would be like, settle down, please.
And I'd be like, Jedi.
It was so much fun. This
then
one
you'd come up
was
with
a
Tatooine
Jedi who
Rhapsody.
became a musician. It was so much fun. Like Tatooine Rhapsody blew my expectations out of the water. And which is fantastic. You know
AJ
what else
would
was
be like Boba Fett. I'd be like Jedi. You'd be like music. And then put it all together.
There it
Tatooine
is.
Rhapsody.
Perfect. But yeah, Visions was like amazing as a whole.
Yeah.
As a whole. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I really want a season 2, whether it's continuations of previous stories or just totally new ones.
Mhm.
Or I would even take if this was kind of like tryouts, for lack of a better term, to pick up one of these studios to make a continuing series or a new series.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. That'd be really fun. So
Yeah.
That'd be
For
a lot
sure.
of fun. I
sure.
loved the creativity. I loved all the different styles. Each one brought something totally different to the table. And I loved the amount of droids that they used as well. There was a fun droid in almost every single one.
Oh,
and so good. I gotta drop the droids that were in the duel. So B5 with the little straw hat, like following him around and whatnot, and the little fire whistling birds at the end, and of course the
Yeah, that
dog
was
droid
sick.
running up with the tea kettle. So good. Anyway. So what else did you guys want to talk about that wasn't really Divisions?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
I mentioned to
Minecraft.
talk about Minecraft the whole time.
Minecraft. Okay.
Minecraft.
You've been dying to talk about
No.
Minecraft. Talk about Minecraft.
As you
Guys,
guys
we have a
have
Minecraft
seen,
realm. Oh,
yeah, as you guys have
I
seen
jumped
on
the
our
gun.
social media, we have a HoloNet Marauders Minecraft realm.
Minecraft realm.
And
Guys.
come join our Discord. We'll post
Do
about
it.
it again and whatnot. You join the Discord, join the community. We'll talk about random stuff on there. And
Yeah, come play
that's where
Minecraft with us.
that's where the info is about the Minecraft realm. You can come join and come play Minecraft. There are rules, but Matt and I have been playing, and Chad hopped on one day. I think
Yeah.
that's it. That's been in there so far. We have room for 10 people. So if 7 more people want to come in and help out,
Come on in.
come on in.
So far, we've built an Ewok village,
Yep.
Lars Homestead.
Yep. Both of those are still in development.
Yeah, they're always a work in progress because it's Minecraft.
Right.
And what we've been working on recently is Maz's Castle, Maz Kanata's
Oh
Castle.
my god.
And it is the best thing we've ever built in Minecraft. Best thing I've ever built in Minecraft. I've been playing this game for 10
That's saying
years.
something. And I've been playing it for like 1 year.
And it's unbelievable. Like, it's so good. Guys, join. Like, you walk around Maz's Castle.
Hear about Matt or listen to Matt and I yell at like half blocks the whole time. Slabs.
Some stupid
And,
slabs. Stone brick slabs. My
But
worst enemy.
Maz's castle has been amazing.
Yeah, it
It
really
was
is.
so hard to find. We started with the outside and I had to look just right. I think we've nailed it almost.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, there aren't that many images out there. We had to go into Battlefront 2 to
my
walk
God.
around.
We literally like went into Battlefront 2 and walked around the level just to like look at the interior of Maz's castle. There's one cross section featured in the visual dictionary. There it is.
Featured in this book.
Star
Oh,
Wars
the
complete locations. Yeah.
So
Look
there
at
it
that.
is. That's
It's
we've
beautiful.
also been using that very heavily. Something we've learned is that there really isn't any solid representation of Maz's castle. Each one has its own little quirks.
They're
and
all
differences.
different. Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty funny. But we've kind of compiled them all. It's not a one-to-one because
It's our take on it.
We have lives and we can't be on Minecraft for 24 hours a day.
That being said, they are staying up until like 3 a.m. playing Minecraft every night, and then the next morning I'm
we
like,
stayed
hey,
up
how
at-
late did you
I
guys
have
stay
no
up?
plans at 3 a.m. Okay,
We stayed
I
up
have no
at 3
plans at
a.m. We stayed up till 3 a.m. Then we stayed up till 2 a.m. And last night we ended at like 7 or something. So we're getting better.
I don't find out until the next day because I go to bed and then I'm just like, AJ, so what'd you guys do? And he's like, oh, we stayed up until 3
was
a.m.
work.
again playing Minecraft. And I'm like,
It was
Look,
work.
Maz's castle doesn't build itself.
Exactly.
And
Maz's
one
castle
thing-
wasn't built in one day.
That's right. One thing I want to say is, come on, join the group and pick a location and we'll help you build it. I mean, we want to create as many Star Wars locations in Minecraft as possible.
And this is just like another thing for us to just like have a community in, because we love having our little corner of the galaxy, and 10 people in this realm will be a super small corner of the galaxy, but I think it'll be really special, and we can
build
keep
other
building
corners of the
Star Wars
galaxy.
stuff. Yeah. And if you destroy anything or do anything inappropriate, you're out. But that goes without saying. But we know all of you guys are nice. All of our
Yeah, you guys
listeners
are
are
cool.
good people. So
All our fans can't do anything wrong. Our fans are great.
they're good people.
Yeah.
They have good tastes.
Yeah, definitely. Well, obviously.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna get Jamie on there eventually. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. We either
I'm
have to
more
pay
of a-
$30 or not. We'll see.
I'm more of a Stardew Valley person, and we got to figure out our permissions like within Minecraft. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. And
We'll see.
what's been your favorite part of the castle so far, Matt?
Jeez.
I know I was
love-
working on like the brewery
Like, when
room
we-
and the
Dude,
spa.
the brewery room looks so good.
It
Like
does
I was
look
like
good.
I was walking around there earlier today because I just hop on and off compulsory, just for fun.
I gotta
Check
check the
it out.
castle.
The brewery is so good, but the main area, actually, I'll say the entrance, putting up all
like
the banners.
outside.
the
Yeah, that looks really
statue,
good. And then we
trying to
found
get
out
that
there's the
Mandalorian sigil perfect.
yeah, we found
My
that.
God. But yeah, that would be probably my favorite.
I think
part
the
of
best thing we've done in it so far is the fire pit. We put in like the furnace above it, and the smoke actually goes up. And
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
should see the
It was a
kitchen.
nice touch.
You should see the kitchen.
Oh, I'm excited to see the kitchen. I'll have to
Look
check
at the
it out.
kitchen. Tell me how.
Can we
what you
build
think.
Cookie back there?
I know. I want to build him. I want to put him in.
I found out you know how you can place like heads in Minecraft?
Yeah.
So if we do Navarro, we can do the pikes with the stormtrooper heads on it.
That's
That would be
great.
sick.
Great
That'd be
idea.
really cool.
Was
Wasn't
that
that
Tatooine or was that
Tatooine, though?
Navarro?
I think
Was
it was
that
on Tatooine.
Okay, my bad then. I couldn't remember. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Right in
Because that's when
Mos
he's
Eisley.
going to the cantina, and he like passes by the
Okay.
Yeah.
stormtrooper helmets on a pike.
Damn. Okay.
Still, we could build Mos Eisley. Probably
build
we're gonna
anything.
it. Literally,
My
we'll just
favorite
build
part so
every
far,
location.
I loved how you guys accidentally trapped a bantha like in the doorway.
Oh my
No.
God.
He was trying to we were just building and I'm sweating over like the stove and whatnot. And
And
Matt's
he
like,
just
look at
pops
the
his head
door.
in.
And the bantha's just peeking in. I have a
He just
picture of
comes
it
in.
somewhere.
He's like,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
"What's going on?" And then he's like stuck in this
Eventually he made his way in.
in the door. Yeah,
He
finally
rubbed
he comes
butter
in.
on himself and just squeezed through the
He
door.
squeezes in. He's head straight. He makes a beeline to the brewery.
Yeah,
And then he leaves.
Your greased up bantha has to come
had
and
to
get
check
his
it out.
studs. There
Yeah,
you
But I
go.
have such a greater appreciation for Maz's castle now, which I didn't
Me
think
too.
I could, but
Me too.
and it's super on brand
Yeah.
for us because it's like the official hotel of Sidon and the crew. So
It
That's right.
is.
It is, and-
Yeah, that is really funny that you guys are saying that this is a new appreciation for it, because this is the one and only spot for years that we had Sidon Itano, and well, now he's other places.
I mean, our
but,
Wi-Fi is named Takodana.
Our Wi-Fi has been named Takodana for as long as we've had our Wi-Fi, which is.
What's your password?
I'm not telling you
The
that.
secret.
Sorry, guys. I tried.
Yeah,
I don't know who'd want to get into your Wi-Fi.
Not
tuning
that
in
it would
from
work. I
like
mean-
California for our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I get it.
Ooh.
Our
I
Wi-Fi's
got
crap
it.
anyways, as you might know, Matt.
Yeah, because
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
This has been
something else.
this has been an episode plagued with issues. If you want to see
Yeah.
more of that, check out our Patreon.
Uh,
I'm kidding. Where am I?
something will be on there. I don't know what, because I don't know what recorded yet, but we'll see.
We do have
Um,
a Patreon. Yeah.
Yes, we do. But yes, the Takodana Castle, Maz's Castle. I love how you guys are putting so much detail into it, and I love seeing their updates every single day. Like it's really
Yeah.
cool, and I love how you're working into everything from the brewery to the fire pit to Maz's office to the
To
spa.
the control
There's
station.
there's
There's
a
everything.
spa.
Control
There's
Did
a
you
station,
guys
right?
know? You guys know this, but listener wise, did you guys know that Maz literally has a spa in the castle? Like I love how Maz literally is the queen of self-care. Like she has a spa in
Oh,
her
100%.
castle. She goes to the spa in Resistance Reborn, and that's where like
That's
Poe
true.
has this entire conversation with her.
She
I
doesn't want
love
to
it.
join. She just wants to just chill.
She just wants to chill. She just really values that spa time, and
Yep.
I love it.
She has a union. That's nice. She's
Yep.
Yep.
you know
Yep. Everybody's
she's
unionized.
dating the code breaker. You know,
Yep.
or
She's probably dating a
doing
lot
stuff
of
with the
people.
code breaker.
And possibly
Self-care.
Chewie.
And
I love Maz.
Chewie's a married man. Chewie is a married man.
I could see T-Bot working in in Maz's castle
I could too.
Yeah.
at the counter.
Maz's
just like-
castle always has like
Great.
a Miyazaki vibe to it. You ever seen Spirited
Mm.
Away?
Yeah.
With
No.
the
Well, bits.
in the movie, there's a castle, and it's like the castle. It's like the bathhouse of the spirits. And
Ah.
when it was like when I learned that Maz had a spa, I was like, oh, that's perfect because that's exactly what That's another kind of like feudal thing. Well, it's a castle thing in general. I guess that's
Yeah.
feudal.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
nobles, the lords, and everybody.
Of course.
Except these are the nobles within the pirate world because she's the pirate queen.
Yeah, like
So that's what I really like. It's almost like a great equalizer, right? It's like it's not really like a high up castle. It's like a
everyone's on neutral
castle
territory
for the
here.
scum
It's
and
literally
villainy.
just you're in between, and if you need some place to go, you can go to Maz's castle, and she'll be like, "Yeah, sure, just no funny business when you're here."
No
Even though like
fuzzy
she
business.
no fuzzy
No
business.
fuzzy business.
Even though she knows a lot of fuzzy,
fuzzy
and funny
tauntauns.
business is going on, she probably serves those first of all.
Yeah, she
man.
definitely does. Those are great.
I just love it. I love everything about Takodana. That's why we like named our Wi-Fi Takodana.
Of course.
Because it's just like a wonderful location. It's just so good. I want to
My,
see it again. I want to see it again. Not just on this Minecraft server. Like, good luck, guys. But like, I
Oh,
want to
yeah,
see Takodana again on screen.
You'll see it
Like,
in the
we
High
need to
Republic
see it.
probably.
Well,
Yeah.
they're
We kind of already have.
they're
in a
there
way,
right
but-
now. But I need more. Give me more of it.
But my final piece I wanted to bring up was like a big piece of news that happened a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a week ago. I don't remember at this point.
either.
Knights of the Republic
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah.
What do you guys think the deal is with this game?
2023 to
the-
2024, I think is the release
Well,
date.
right. For PlayStation for like a year and then for
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
hopefully. But story wise and whatnot, do you think it'll be a canon story? You think it'll be a non-canon story?
I think so. I think that it will be because they said that it is a remake, and so in order to remake
Right.
things, they got to like revise things and
I hope that's
redo
not
things and reinterpret. I think
actually
that the
the
main
title.
story
I think it
will
is.
gross,
I know.
Knights of the Old Republic
Knights of the
remake.
Republic remake.
gross. Ugh.
I don't know. Maybe it's the working title.
No, that's definitely going to be the title. What do you guys think that was? You don't think that's going to be the title? Of course it is.
If that's the
I
title,
can't
though,
tell if
then
he's making a joke or not.
I'm not. Final
No, he's
Fantasy VII
serious.
remake, guys. Like this has been done before. It's just what they
True.
do.
yeah. But then with the title remake in the title, it lends me to believe that it's probably not canon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So-
would say I'm leaning more towards non-canon, even though they've kept it up in the air, and I'm hopeful that it will be. But right now, I have my expectations on Legends because literally they keep saying like over and over again, it's a 1-to-1 remake. We're literally just like recreating the game. It's not nothing's gonna like
Well, they
they're
haven't
not
really said
changing
that.
anything. They have they've made it like perfectly clear. Like they
In
literally
that
said it's a
interv-
1-to-1
They touched
remake.
upon. I don't know if was that. Are you sure about that? Is that
Yeah.
a direct quote?
I think so. I think the
I don't
quote
think
was a
that's-
1-to-1
Here's
remake.
the thing. No one's sure.
Right. No one is sure.
No,
No.
one is sure.
No one is sure.
The
You're
interview
right.
I saw was the developers or whoever were saying like they talked a lot about the original, but they didn't really say like what the new one was gonna be. They it's obviously inspired by that because it's the same thing. It'll be this pretty much the same story because it's a remake, but I don't know. And anytime you put choice into Star Wars these days, I don't think it can be canon because then you have then you're creating two canons. Because I could go in
True.
and be evil Revan. I can do that. and that's not the canon way necessarily, right? So
Yeah, like technically in
interesting.
Legends, the light ending was the canon ending,
Right,
and
which I never play.
canonically in Legends, again, it's kind of funny to say, but in Legends, canonically, Revan was a dude with a long hair and a goatee or whatever.
I just want, if they eventually do somehow canonize Revan and get it in there, I just want Brie Larson to be Revan, just so everyone just is
I'd be down for that.
Oh man,
like, I
that'd
just
be
want that.
great.
That's all I want.
That'd be
That'd
good.
be amazing. We know Pablo Hidalgo sees Revan as a woman, so
I think it would be fantastic. I think it needs to happen. Plus,
Especially,
it would
I
be
think
awesome if we would get the Bastila and Revan relationship still, and it'd be fantastic.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be
fantastic.
that would be great.
And
That would be great.
It would just. I'm gonna leave it
I
at that.
think it would be
before I
cool
say something.
because Revan has a lot of similarity. Oh, Kylo Ren, I should say, because it's working backwards. Kylo Ren has a lot of similarities to Revan.
Yeah. Rey and Kylo have a lot of similarities to Revan and
Bastila and
Bastila.
Revan. Yeah, they do. And even Kylo's look, the mask is like, obviously it's inspired by Vader, but it's inspired by, I think, Revan as well. They look pretty identical in a lot of ways. But people always try to fan cast Keanu Reeves as Revan.
He's too old.
And I'm like, Keanu Reeves, he's too old. Keanu Reeves looks a lot like Adam Driver. They have like that same, especially now that Keanu Reeves has long hair. They have like the big nose, the big ears, the goofy look, and whatever.
Ragging on Keanu Reeves now, okay?
He's ragging on Adam Driver
I love both
also.
of them. They both do.
Yeah,
have a
but
goofy
Adam
look.
Driver has a big nose and goofy ears.
Yeah, but both great regardless.
I
So
love you,
I would
Adam,
like to see
sorry.
a female Revan. I think that would just kind of spice things up a bit more and whatnot. So
hey, we have some info about Revan, right? We revealed that in a past episode that they're going to be focusing on Revan in canon more, right?
With acolytes, yeah. So, or the acolyte
from our good friend.
Is it the
Corey
acolyte?
Van Dyke?
The acolyte.
The acolyte.
The acolyte. Interesting. But I just wanted to bring it up because it was something we never talked about, and we obviously all love the original game a lot. So
hey, you know what KOTOR is getting released on? The Switch.
Yeah, so I can
KOTOR
play it again on that.
Play it again. Just KOTOR 1 though. I don't think the second one.
Not yet. Hopefully, but
Soon.
not yet.
Soon.
Which will be the first time I can play it. Actually, now that I'm thinking of it, because it wasn't for Mac and it wasn't for PlayStation, and that was the reason I didn't play it when I was a kid. This will be the first console I own that KOTOR is released on.
Wow, like 20 years later.
Yeah.
Except I'm waiting for the remake now, so I'm not even gonna play it. Stupid.
May as well just play it anyway, just so that way later on you can go back and be like, "Oh, they did this differently."
You got to play both.
So. Maybe.
We'll
see.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
All right, cool. Well, any last thoughts, guys? On, I'm not even sure what we covered this episode, honestly.
We covered Visions, Minecraft.
Yep.
Those crazy
Visions,
guys,
Minecraft.
Matt
we did
and,
KOTOR.
AJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
We overcame a lot of technological diversity. Jesus Christ. Adversity. That's the word.
Yeah.
And we came out on top. I think this is a great episode. I want to thank my colleagues, AJ and Jamie. And I'll see you on the HoloNet.
See you on the HoloNet.
Is that it? Are we done?